Good morning, my Real News Midday TV family. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning, and I'm wishing for everyone a wonderful and a productive day. And in the news this morning, alleged car thief fatally shot by police in St. Catherine. A man who allegedly confronted the police after being found in possession of a stolen Toyota Crown motor car was fatally shot in Sunnyside District, St. Catherine on Monday. The deceased remains unidentified. Reports are that around 2 p.m., police in St. Catherine North received the information that a Toyota Crown motor car, which had been reported stolen, was seen in the Guys Hill area. While searching for the vehicle, the police intercepted a Toyota Voxy suspected to be traveling in tandem with the stolen car. The two male occupants of the Voxy allegedly admitted to the police that they were piloting the Toyota Crown. The men reportedly made a phone call, after which the driver of the Crown arrived at their location. As he was met by the men from the Voxy, the police appeared on the scene, prompting the Crown driver to flee towards the nearby bushes. He was pursued by the police while the two men from the Voxy were taken into custody. During the chase, the driver of the stolen vehicle reportedly drew a firearm from his waistband and pointed it at the police. He was subsequently shot and injured by the police. According to the police, a .38 revolver with 3 rounds of ammunition and 3 spent shells were seized from him. He was assisted to the Linstead Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. The Independent Commission of Investigations is probing the fatal shooting. St. James residents fear return of deported gangsters, despite cops saying they are prepared to handle situation. While the St. James Commander, Superintendent Aaron Samuels, is confident that the police are prepared to handle criminal deportees from the United States who might return to continue their activities, many residents, particularly in volatile communities, are anxious. I was so happy when pressure from Superintendent Vernon Ellis caused many of them to run away in 2018. And while the community is not perfect now, at least we are not having the daily and weekly killings again. A resident of Salt Spring told the news on Monday, referencing Samuel's predecessor. I really don't want them back here. We are better off without them. Last week, Samuels assured the Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness that the St. James Police stands ready to arrest the deportees who had committed crimes and fled the island, and monitor others who had a criminal history in the United States or in Jamaica before they left. Under the Trump administration's immigration policy, thousands of undocumented immigrants are being deported to their countries of origin. Hundreds of Jamaicans are believed to be among more than 10 million people on the radar for deportation. We are already looking at the persons we believe have migrated and may be coming back, especially those that have a criminal past that we may have issues with in terms of gangs, said Samuels. We are also looking at the persons who are coming if they are wanted. We have some persons who are wanted and they run off to the States. We are ensuring that the case files are prepared so when they are back, they can be properly charged and placed before the court, he added. A Mount Salem resident who was shot by a gangster who fled the island does not want such criminals back in Jamaica. Bringing back more criminals on what we already have cannot be a good thing, he told the news. I know what it is like to feel victimized and traumatized by gangsters. While Samuels' confidence is noted, a former top flight cop with experience in St. James expressed a concern over the influx of seasoned criminals. Over the past 15 to 20 years, we have been getting over 100 murders every year, primarily because of gang conflicts over turf and the lottery scamming money. These guys are not like the criminals of the 70s, 80s and the 90s. They have access to big money, they can buy the most powerful weapons, buy the fastest cars, hide away in the best villas and the guest houses, and they can also tempt and corrupt a police officer with significant bribes, the former lawman said. Having been exposed to crime in America, I believe many of them will come back more sophisticated, so I really hope the police have a foolproof plan to handle them, said the ex-cop, noting that the cooperation of citizens will be key to the success of Samuels and his team. Missing after car rental, parents of 43-year-old Kingston entrepreneur at wit's end as the search wears on. The last 3 days have been agonizing for the parents of Kevin Walker as they drain their remaining energy searching for answers regarding his whereabouts since Saturday. Speaking with the news on Monday, Roy Walker, Kevin's father, tried desperately to paint a picture of hope but lost his composure when Kevin's mother, Indiana Edwards, broke down, struggling to understand where her third child out of 5 could be. In an emotional moment while sitting with the news team at their Almontown home in Kingston Central, Walker punched a brick wall, releasing the intense emotions he had been holding in. Kevin, a 43-year-old entrepreneur known as a Chippy, has been reported missing to the Vineyard Town Police, the closest station to his family residence. On Monday, the police issued a missing persons notice asking the public for help in locating him. "When me Sunday, and my son me want, take the money and go on. $800,000? That can't even buy a house," Edwards said tearfully. The money she referenced was reportedly taken from Kevin's account shortly after his disappearance. The baffling disappearance has left both the family and the friends in confusion. "Him girlfriend called me and said from in the morning, Kevin leave the yard and she said she not hear from him," Walker said. "Him not give nothing name trouble, neither with badness or nothing." He has not been able to sleep or eat since Kevin went missing. "Kevin not go nowhere with nobody who him no know, so something must wrong," Walker said. He said he cannot sleep nor eat since the disappearance of his son. Roy also visited Kevin's workplace at Digicel, where a colleague who Kevin had helped to get a job through their youth club connection, where Kevin was president, struggled to speak due to the shock of the situation. "It's a hard pill to swallow," Edwards said, breaking into tears again. "Kevin is a nice son. Saturday him come and say him a go rent the car. Then him come and say to me, 'Mommy, the guy come for the car, so me a go home now, cause me a go do some business.' Me say, 'Alright Kevin, me will see you Sunday morning.' I left and go market, come back and inside reading the Friday Star. And him father come and tell me saying baby mother can't get him from about 1 o'clock. Edwards recounted. "Me just want him. If them kill him, me will bury him. Look how Kevin good to people. Lord God, me never expect this. Kevin good to people," Edwards said. Bass, Kevin's right-hand man and a childhood friend, was one of the last persons to see him on Saturday. "Any little thing that man tell me about, it looked like there was something where him not tell me. Me and him a come from police youth club days, so everything him tell me," he said, adding that Kevin sat across the road on a bench before he left the area on Saturday. Kevin, known for his small loan business and the vehicle rentals, told the base he was going to collect some money and would link up afterward. He said since then he had been unable to reach Kevin as his phone repeatedly went to voicemail. However, he was shocked when Kevin's girlfriend told him that the entrepreneur couldn't be found. "Me say something wrong when me hear she say money missing out of him account," Bass told the news. Bass also shared a disturbing dream a mutual friend had, where he Bass was tied up and threatened over money. He believes the disappearance is linked to Kevin's rented Subaru G4, the tracker for which has also stopped working. The police say their investigation is ongoing. Sections of Portland Cottage and Hayes in Clarendon under curfew. A curfew has been imposed in sections of Portland Cottage and Hayes in Clarendon. It began at 6 p.m. on Monday, February 3, and will remain in effect until Wednesday, February 5. The boundaries in Portland Cottage are north from the Portland Cottage crossing to the Shearers Heights entrance along the Portland Cottage Main Road, south from the back of Shearers Heights to the intersection of Dry Hill Road and the Jackson Bay Road along an imaginary line, east from the Shearers Heights entrance to the back of the community along an imaginary line, west from Dry Hill Road and the Jackson Bay Road to the Portland Cottage and the Rocky Point intersection along an imaginary line. In Hayes, where the communities of Corn Peace, Savannah District, and Raymonds are under curfew, the boundaries are north from the Wembley Center of Excellence to New Village along an imaginary line, south from Land Lease to Raymonds along an imaginary line, east from New Village to Landelis along an imaginary line, west from Raymond to Wembley Center of Excellence along an imaginary line. During the curfew, persons are required to remain indoors unless otherwise authorized by the person in charge of enforcing the curfew. Guys, thanks for watching. Please join us this afternoon at 2 p.m. for another news update.